Ben is playing on the phone. Suddenly, this fat man did not listen to Ben's explanation, but directly pressed the red button on Ben's chest. Ben is very sad, because in their world, the red button represents criticism, whereas the green button represents praise. Of course, when much criticized, nothing good at all. Therefore, this phenomenon will appear on the street. No matter how the person you meet looks like, you should praise them for being handsome or pretty. Kelly and Nick lead a team to find two missing Union anthropologists on a planet similar to Earth. This is the only team here not wearing a badge. A stall owner sees it and warns them that, if they don't wear a badge they will be arrested. He secretly sold them 4 badges. These badges are preloaded with 200,000 likes. It is very clear that the backgrounds of these badges are illegal. So the owner finished selling and told them to leave quickly. They both walk and talk. Nick suddenly stood next to a statue and danced. The team member repeatedly advised him to stop, but Nick continued to dance happily. Nick did not know his behavior would have very serious consequences. The woman was ordering drinks, but when the waitress Sierra saw her badge, the smile immediately disappeared. The woman just wanted to order a cup of tea. But the rule here is that, if someone has more than 500,000 downvotes, they won't be welcoming, and will have to leave immediately. No exception. On the contrary, when Mary's team arrived, Sierra immediately smiled. They were saying a few words, when suddenly there was a strange sound. It turned out that Nick's badge made a sound. At that time, his downvotes were growing frantically. They looked at the screen to realize that it turned out that just now when Nick was dancing, the act was filmed and posted on the internet by passers-by. Furthermore, everyone is criticizing Nick's behavior. Very quickly Nick's badge exceeded 500,000 downvotes. Sierra quickly kicked Nick out of the coffee shop, but when Nick just came out the door, a lot of people were frantically criticizing his behavior. The police even came to arrest Nick to the station. It turns out that, if anyone overcame 1 million downvotes, they would go to jail. Nick is forced to apologize to everyone nationwide. But during the apology process, the critique will most likely increase. If he increased to 10 million downvotes, Nick had to receive neurological treatment. As one member of Nick's team explained on this planet, neurological treatment is no different than turning a human into a vegetable existence. Nick Nudros immediately went mad. Nick is a man who loves to joke. His carefree behavior has put him in jail. The day he had to apologize in public, because of his hip-hop habit, he greeted everyone like this. Everyone considered Nick's hand smash an insult. Very quickly Nick's downvotes reached more than 9 million. Nick can only hope in his teammates. Nick's teammates were now kidnapping Sierra to their base. They forced Sierra to try to save Nick. Sierra sees these aliens very confused. Then Sierra came up with a good way. They will put Nick's good news on the internet on her planet. This could probably improve people's views on Nick. Very quickly this social network was dominated by them. They came up with a lot of good news to write articles for Nick. Of course those news are not real. At this time, Nick's downvotes were over 9.4 million. At a pivotal moment, team members created a fake video. In it, Nick is a warrior-loving animal. Everyone liked that video. They started frantically giving Nick good marks. But the downvotes continued to increase. Thankfully, Nick's downvote stops at 9,999,996. Only 4 votes left. At the end of the movie, Nick leaves. Sierra has now returned to her planet, though she has no way of changing the institutions of her planet. However, through this, Sierra has come to realize that this institution has many shortcomings. From then on she did not easily vote for anyone.